Hi, this is Everett, Everett's Watercolors. Welcome to Simply Drawing with Everett. And I'm back again today, Thursday, to do another drawing demonstration. And Simply Drawing with Everett is also, it's a program to show you how to do some drawings and also to help you in techniques and so forth like that, things I've been doing for over the months. I've done many programs on Simply Drawing with Everett. So today I'm going to do a mountain stream in pencil. Okay, and I may add some ink to it to give some dimension and contrast to the white paper. So let me go over to my drawing paper and let me get started. Okay, there's the mountain stream over here. There's a mountain stream. You can see it kind of curves back here from the mountains and curves down here. Nice bends and so forth. That's what I'm looking for, a nice video. A nice video showing how I would draw that. So let me start out. I'm going to take this is a 4B pencil, graphite. Let me do an outline drawing. So I'm going to start up here with a horizon. The horizon's up here, just about the base of the mountain over here. So I'm going to start with a line up here. That'll be the horizon line. That'll get us started. And I'm going to start drawing a couple mountain peaks here. We got one here going off to the side. Then we got another peak coming down. A little small one coming down here to the base. This base. They run together. And then it goes off into the background slightly. The background, the horizon line is really the background level. Okay. And then there's a mountain here in the background. So we'll put one of those in. Little mountain, about a mid-size background mountain. And I'm also going to add another back way off in the background. There's a range of mountains back there. Come down. Then there's this large mountain here coming in the foreground, or coming in middle, toward the middle ground, forward in the middle ground. There's this large ridge line that's coming in here. It's got large rocks, but it's closer, so it's going to be larger. The closer the rocks get up to us, the closer the mountain gets to it, things get larger. Okay, now the stream bed starts back in here. It's going to come out here. I'm going to start in this section, and it has a couple turns to it, and then it curves back this way. It makes like an S shape, and that's a good design. I've always found an S shape to be a great design in a drawing or a painting, because it gives you a direction to follow, like a pathway. So it's a very common composition tool is to have an S curve somewhere in the drawing or the painting. And that way you got a pathway. Now this the other side of the stream is now it starts way back in the background. Now the stream it's very narrow because it's way off in the distance. But as it comes forward, and of course, as it changes direction, it's also a little bit narrower because we only see the side of the riverbank. But as we curve around, it starts to get a little bit wider. And then again, as we come in the direction that's parallel here, it gets a little bit narrower. It'll come down here. It'll have a little more curves down here. There. And there's also a small little rock here, which I'm going to put in. It's right here at the base of this background mountain right there. Okay. And I'm going to also close this off. There. Okay. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my my pen, Yeah, I think I'll take the pen and do a drawer, a darker mark. See, so I got my drawing pen with waterproof black ink in it. I recommend black waterproof ink, so then you can color in with watercolor wherever you want to, if you wanted to. So let me go ahead and darken in some of my lines here. So I've got this background mountain here, and it's got a slope to it, going back. And then I've got this smaller little range of mountains here. Which is a little bit behind that. Then there's this is really the horizon's right here. This is really the far back edge of the background mountain. And then this will peak up into these larger section here. This is really the background shape here. And then that far off distance range way off in the background. And then this large mountain, this large ridge line here coming forward. It's still in the middle ground. This is really the biggest section here, and it has a rough edge to it. And then there's there's a little rock here. In the photograph I see it. There's a little rock here on this side, right by the stream bed. And I'm going to use that as a key. So I'm just going to follow my sketch, what I did in pencil. I'm just going to follow the outline. The outline drawing helps me get started, and I can make little corrections as I draw the final curves and final shape. But my outline drawing helps me get started, make sure I got a good placement, make sure I got a good size, and I've got the image correctly in what I see. That's the purpose of the outline drawing, is to give you a starting point. And this part comes around here, it gets narrow at this point, and it starts to widen out as it comes around this section. There's a little curve in there, and now it comes back and it gets narrow again because we're looking at it from the side. And as it comes forward like this, we start to see a wider section of the creek bed. Okay, all right. So that's really the contour of the shapes and so forth. Now we're going to go ahead and put some shading in, and what I'd like to do back here is way off in the back. We'll start in the back, and I'll leave the sky white because it's the lightest section. We'll just leave it white. But as I come forward, I'm going to make these areas a little bit darker. So the way off in the distance, we're going to make that the lightest value besides the sun. The sky is the lightest, and then right after that is this section here. And as we come forward, this is going to be a little bit darker. Now you can, as we draw this now, you can make other contours on your drawing. And as you fill in the shading and so forth, you can make other contours, other sections of that ridge line that you see. You can make this a little bit darker in here, a little bit of shadow, whatever. And then this one will be this is coming forward now, so I'm going to make this a little bit darker than the background. And then this one, a little bit darker, is coming forward. So as we come forward, I just tend to make things a little bit darker because they're more defined as you come forward. And the atmospheric perspective is a lot clearer as you come forward, especially on these mountains. And this one here will be even darker over here. And again, you can make some ridges in here, make other shapes of the mountain, the crevices and the angles and so forth of the rocks. We're not drawing rocks today. We're drawing streams. So I'm just getting a little background here to get this in. Okay, now we'll go back now and we're going to blend this in a little bit. So I'm going to blend this forward, this one here. I'm going to blend this one a little bit more. I'll leave the others alone, and this one here I'm going to blend. That'll leave the other ones a little bit lighter, a little less texture-y, a little less value, because they're further back. Okay, and let me correct the value one more time here. I think what I'll do is I'll add in a little more definition here. Separate these mountain ranges, not by location but by value also. And I'll separate this peak here. This is darker because it's closer. And this peak here is a little bit darker. Kind of separates the way background. It's lighter, and then and what we can do here is with this one, I got an eraser, and I can take a little bit of the value off of this one and make it even lighter to show that it's further back. So the values will show you the depth of the drawing, especially here on a landscape like this where you have mountains. So we have the dark, and then we have the middle and the light way back in here. Okay, all right. And now the only other thing I want to do is just kind of put in some texture here for the landscape itself. I'm going to leave the stream bed pretty light. I mean, it's just light as it's almost as light as the sky. And as I come forward now, what I'm going to do is start out with a light value here. And notice I've changed the direction of my stroke now. I'm going horizontal. I'm adding texture now horizontally. This is the land mass, not the mountain. The mountains are more vertical, so I try to use a vertical stroke there. Here I'm going to use more of a horizontal stroke. Give me the feeling of the landmass. So I love drawing mountains and mountain streams, and also pathways and so forth. So this is just another example of a landscape that you can draw from photographs, or if you're actually out in plein air doing a drawing actually on locations, you can have the same opportunity to draw what you see and have a good time at it. There's a lot of fun in drawing what you see. In fact, I'm a great believer that whatever you draw or paint is something you'll remember for a long time. It's a lot better than taking a snapshot. A snapshot is just a momentary time, and a lot of people don't even remember the snapshot or where they took it sometimes. It's amazing. unless you document your photographs, your memory does not remember a lot of detail about where it was and what you saw and so forth. But when you draw something, or when you paint something, you're gonna remember it for a long time, because it's something you have observed, and it's something that you just won't forget. Well, I'm looking for a darker pencil now. Yeah, I might go and get my dark. Let me see, right back. Okay, I got a 9B woodless lead, which will give me a nice dark value. And what I want to do is make it darker in the foreground. And as I go back, I'll get lighter. So here I had the darker mountains as I came forward, and here I'm going to do it the same way on the ground. I'm going to make the foreground darker. The area that's closer by, make it a darker value. As I go back, it'll be lighter. That's my intention. So as I stroke the pen, I just put a little less pressure as I go back. As I come forward, I put a little more pressure. That way it'll give me a darker mark. Okay, now that stream bed really is showing up now. So I got the side view here of the land, and I got the mountains in the background. Now you can really see the shape and the dimension of that stream bed. So there's my drawing today of a mountain stream, and you can work. You can continue to work on it. You want to put some grass strokes in here, vertical marks showing grass along the side. If there were rocks down here, you can add rocks to the river. I see one rock here, and I see one rock here in the river right here. If there are rapids in here, little rapids. So you can add little details to the drawing as you go. But you want to get the basic drawing down, and that's the structure, the size, the dimension, and then the values. Work on the values. Light to dark, and here we got light to dark. Okay, so let's go back to my main camera. Okay, all right. Love drawing exercises, and this is a good exercise. Drawing a mountain stream or a mountain location with trees or with rocks and so forth. It's very, very important. You can have trees along the edge of the river or stream, and with rocks along the edge. So it depends on what kind of photograph you're looking at and reference wise. The one I use today is a simple one. I wanted to keep it plain to make it easier to just do it and just demonstrate how I would draw it. A lot more detail can be put into the rocks. A lot more detail can be put into the grasses and so forth, and a little detail into the water. Not too much, but just to show you how it could be drawn and to make it a believable drawing. And if you were doing it on location, this is something that you'll be memorable for a long, long time. And that's a fact. I know that from experience. I've been around the world several times, and when I've taken photographs, okay, I've got a photograph, but if I drew it and painted it there, it's in my memory forever. It's amazing. It's just amazing. It's a lot different when you do art on location instead of taking just photographs. Photographs are great for references, and they give you hints to any extra detail that you may want to pick up on a drawing or a painting. Okay. That's my philosophy on art and how to collect the data. So I'll be back again next week on Thursday with another drawing. And Join me then on Simply Drawing with Everett. Be back on Thursday. Meantime, I'm Everett's Watercolors on Thursday also, and on weekends I do. Anyone can draw with one line only. Now, you subscribe to this channel, give me a thumbs up and a like. I'd appreciate that. It helps my rating. If you're subscribed to the channel, then you'll be notified of my next video. So, until then, you all stay safe, take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.